Picking good people.
Yeah.
I am not the smartest person in the world, but I have I have this knack for picking good people. I have this knack also for allowing people to fail and seeing the good within them. And when everybody else goes, they're short-tempered with the people or whatever the case is, I figure that just like in entrepreneurship, if this stuff has failed between you and I, and you didn't do a good job, I know one less thing I can give you. But now, where can I give you stuff that makes you who you are? And I think that that's my knack. I give a lot of people a lot of chances, but it ends up coming back to me double and triple in value because they are amazing people.
Yeah. What's the thing you see that you look for?
I feel right away because they have to unfold they're everybody's on their best behavior when you first meet them.
Take the onion off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's drive, right? It's that they think outside the box. They're problem solvers. They're also able to communicate throughout a team and a system, and they have a very clear vision on the things that they like, and they know how to communicate that to everybody else, so everybody else can kind of see their way. They may not be good in one area, but it doesn't matter if if I pick a person, I'll put them in any area, you know what I mean? And they'll figure it out. Those type of common sense, with drive and some level of respect, honesty and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you just can't lose when you have somebody like that. You have somebody ready to bust their ass, and you can't, if they're never gonna stop.
They're gonna figure it out one day.
Yeah, you can't beat those people. And they're gonna, if you don't work with them, they're gonna go off and be your competitor.
Exactly.
Friend of my mother's is somebody who's in the interior design sector, and she's about 55 years old. She's not doing that well in interior design right now, and unlike our history of our parents growing up, and they really didn't have to re-educate themselves in their current business. Today you have to re-educate yourself. And I said to her, well, why aren't you understanding about technology and Instagram? And she said, well, all my friends who are doing bad, we can't believe that anybody will ever hire an interior decorator off of Instagram. And I said, that's why you have the problem you have right now. You're doing exactly the same thing you've been doing since 2008. You think somebody in the world, a government, something of that's going to save you, and you're not changing at all. And you're not finding new friends that are doing things a different way. So it's not about no longer when we were kids, when we were 18 years old. It's about everybody in the world has to reprogram the way they think.
Barbara on the show has a technique, and I've seen it highlighted a couple of different ways throughout the book. A lot of people write down what they hate, write down what they love, and they start focusing more on what they love and start trying to outsource and or get done with what they hate, and they keep focusing on what they love. And what that does is it brings them over to that place in life where they want to be, because they're acknowledging what they hate and they're acknowledging what they love. And if they make an effort to outsource this or get this out of it, or stop doing, or stop dealing with these people, or stop having these thoughts, or being proactive to get this thing right, they start to lean more towards here in life. Yeah, I this is not in the book, but I have a dear friend. She is a hairstylist in Vegas, and she wrote down a list. She was like, I love doing hair because I love the way it makes people feel, but I hate standing in this beauty salon because those women in there are just gossiping and there's nothing of value there. I don't want to stand on my feet all day, and I don't want to touch all these dyes that could give me cancer. But I do want to live somewhere by a beach. I want to be my own entrepreneur, and I want to make up my own hours. So she started to look at that, and she started to realize the weaknesses she had is she hated accounting, legal, and all these things that she may not have known. Yep. She started looking at this list and doing stuff, and as she started to do more of what she loved and less of what she hated, she started to say, hey, if you're an accountant or an attorney, you're a female, I'll come to your house and I'll do your hair, and I'll come here every month and do your hair every 2 weeks. You, on the flip side, handle my accounting or legal fees or whatever the case is. So now she got out of the shop. She's making just as much money doing that because they refer her to more friends who come on over. She has a better network here. So now she's gotten out of the shop, and she feels good about it because she's changing their lives and making them feel good about themselves. Yeah. And on the flip side, she's gotten a couple of Airbnbs, and she Ubers during the day, and she's now living, she has a house in California that she goes out and visits every once in a while. She stays on the beach every weekend, comes back to Las Vegas, does what she does. This took 3 years, but it worked because she kept looking at this direction to go to and trying to find a way to get these things out of the way.